Good evening, badasses. Welcome to BadassCast number 2. Today we're basically taking a look at E3, post E3, and
A bit,
giving.
we are very late.
We are very late, but
We apologize.
actually it's kind of good that we're late because some of the things we've learned after seem to have been either fixed, helped, or established, verified, if you will.
Yeah.
Let's uh,
So,
let's go right on in and start it off with PS4 admitted no DRM.
no DRM at all.
No
And
DRM.
that was a big thing in the contender for the next consoles. There was a lot of rumors going around that the PS4 is going to do the same thing that X1 was apparently doing,
Mhm.
with just everything DRM everywhere, and that's just going to be the new norm. Nobody wanted that.
Nobody did. No.
Nobody.
I don't think DRM is a good thing as far as, but Steam did it well because they said, well, it's PC. No one's gonna be
It's
trading.
PC. Seriously, if you're like on PC, one, it's yours forever. No one else is gonna be on there. Like, I'm gonna play this now.
Yeah.
Two, if you're on your computer, there's a 99.9% chance you're gonna have internet access no matter what.
Yeah.
And plus, on Steam, games are like fucking $5 when they're supposed to be like 60.
Yeah. That is another plus.
Yeah.
The higher point of it all was that when it was announced, people were like, "Wait, you guys said that this was a thing." I guess that you told me earlier that Steam said this was a rumor and Microsoft followed through. Was that confirmed?
Wait, Steam?
Not Steam. I'm sorry, PS4.
That's like everybody's thought right now. Like, Sony leaked this kind of things, and then Microsoft heard it and took it as the full truth and decided this is just going to be the norm. We can make a bit more money off it because if this is all the same, we have the same price for everything, and they have the same restrictions we do, then we have TV coverage as well over this, so we can get the market easily.
And they did, but not in the way they
They
wanted.
pulled a 180. Sony pulled a fucking 180 and said, nope, we're going this way. Leaving Microsoft standing there with a bunch of shit in their hands.
In more ways than one. On to the next subject. No internet required for the X1.
That was released, well, announced at the same time as the DRM. Another one of the. This pretty much falls in the same category as what we just talked about.
Indeed.
This is just what was rumored to be on the PS4, but turns out not, and X1 does at some point.
And this next one is good up until the X1 is released. Xbox starting to get free games with the gold membership.
Yeah, July, they get Assassin's Creed 2 and Halo 3. And apparently that's running from July up until the release of the Xbox One, which kind of makes the Xbox Gold subscription
Actually worth it now.
if you don't mind ads everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, if you're paying fucking $50 a year or whatever to play fucking online, something that should be normal, without any pay, angry face, don't put ads everywhere. I just want to play a goddamn game.
Yeah.
You already got my fucking money. I'm not gonna buy McDonald's because it's on my fucking Xbox dashboard.
Yeah. That sounds pretty reasonable. The X1 being able to live stream with Twitch, I believe, yeah, PS4 also announced this as well, yes?
PS4, that was announced that, like, whenever the PS4 was quote-unquote revealed.
Okay, then X1
This is just apparently just going to be, like, a norm with the new systems.
Okay.
Except for Wii, because Wii's a hipster.
Well, Wii doesn't. It's like we're trying to
Wii doesn't need it.
We're trying to do. We're trying to do
Seriously,
social games.
Nintendo
we just-
never... Nintendo never fucking cared. They're just like, we're just gonna do this. You guys want to buy it? That's cool. And they're fucking Sony and Microsoft are at each other's throat with knives, and Nintendo's over there with a fucking pony hitting it with a goddamn rock, being like, "You gonna make a game?
Game.
Hold on, I'm getting ideas."
Game.
Seriously, like Sony and Microsoft are like hardcore rivals, while Nintendo's like, this isn't a bad thing, but this is the best way to describe it. Just the retarded person over there just hitting a rock against the wall, somehow making it amazing things. they've just been there forever doing that, and everybody's just like, I I want this.
I love it. It tastes delicious.
I want more.
Yeah.
All the time.
Next up, we got the PS4 and X1 with 60 frames per second, or on some games.
On some games, obviously not everything's gonna run on that. Like I think Killzone Shadowfall, I think that was confirmed to run at 30 FPS at 1080p, but the new consoles are able to run at 60 FPS, which is a lot of. Some people don't give a single fuck. Some people, that's all they care about.
I don't get for those who see that as the major selling point. But
Yeah,
we both digress.
yeah, it's just a matter of opinion.
It's a game. Play it.
It,
The Wii U beginning to make use of the Pro Controller. We saw Fantastic 101 making a marvelous display of the Pro Controller.
that wasn't. That didn't use the Pro Controller.
The rest of the players do.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you saw the 5-player, yeah.
Oh,
One
Christ.
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was awesome. I told you that's what happened.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry.
It's alright.
But yeah, I personally own a Wii U, and I got the Zombie U bundle. Very disappointed because I can't even use Zombie U with the fucking Pro Controller. The only way you can use the Pro Controller in that game is if you play the multiplayer. One person is the king of zombies, and the other person is the survivor. The person with the tablet is the king of zombies. They just spawn zombies around, and the survivor uses the Pro Controller. The actual story mode, you cannot use it.
That sounds pretty fun.
It is fun, but I'm a faggot who has no friends. So I just sat there and spawned random zombies and killed them because I'm a sad human being.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want more Pro support. There's only like 5 games that use the Pro Controller, and it's such a good design.
It is. So hopefully, with Wii U saying, hey, we're going to use it more, hopefully a lot more. Alright.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Is supposed to be using it. That's.
They better.
They better. I'd actually be for if they decided to release a controller that looks like the GameCube controller.
Oh, that'd be bomb, because that was comfy as all hell.
It was, and in Brawl, everybody used the GameCube controllers. Nobody used the fucking Wii controller.
Yeah.
Because
Alright.
it was just stupid.
It was. Yeah, I didn't use the Wiimote for most of the games that I played on the Wii when I had a Wii. Alright, the X1 allowing used games through authorization checks.
Yeah, this is really big on what we've heard, because what we've heard was that everything would require money.
It's good, bad, but it's mostly good for what was already announced. So this is post E3. This is a long time past E3. This was, I think, announced 2 days ago.
I'm not sure.
Okay, well.
But if DRM has to be done, this is how it should be done.
Yeah. It's through, okay, you have the disc in your system. Okay, you deleted it from your system, so that means someone else can activate it. Okay, you have it. Okay, everything.
Basically, how it works is if you put in the game into your system, and then take it out and put it into someone else's system, it deauthorizes. Oh my god, I can't speak.
Deauthorizes.
It doesn't allow you to play it. In kind of. If you put it in your system, it authorizes it onto your system. If you take it out and put it in someone else's, it deauthorizes on your system and authorizes on theirs so that you can't use it on yours. But if you take it out of their system and put it back in yours, you can use it. And they can't use it. It sounds confusing on paper. It took me like 5 minutes to completely understand it, but once I got it, I was like, this is... If it 100% has to be done, this is how it should be done. I like this.
Alright. Now that we're done with the hardware issues, it's time to cross into the video game issues. Well,
Issues?
not issues. Shut up. The good of the video games that we saw at E3. This is going to be
I'm just gonna kick this off. Infamous.
infamous. Yeah, me and him were just like, yeah, this is... I mean, hell, the kid has a shit-eating grin every time he uses his powers.
He's just like so fucking happy all the time. He's just like, like when in the first Infamous, Cole was like, "Oh, I'm sad now. Oh fuck, this ruined my life." This kid's like, "Dude, I can shoot fire."
I are sad.
I are sad, Shinji Ikari.
Yeah. And
But yeah, Delson's just like, I can fire now.
I am all that is
I've
fire.
acquired the ability to fire. And it's just like in the first Infamous, Cole's personality was, it left a lot to be desired, but
Yeah.
in the second one, they really made him a standout character that just made me fall in love with the series.
Yeah.
And
I
Delson, his
Nelson has
character is already there.
he's cocky. He's cocky, he's arrogant, he's egotistical, and I've only seen so much of him. I
He's
mean,
all that, but he's lovable.
he's what is the word? He's a character we can relate to.
Yeah, like in his, if you're in his shoes, he's a conduit, but the entire world sees conduits even after Cole's humongous sacrifice. They see them as terrible people, monsters. The government labels them as bioterrorists, and he's just like, no, that's not what we are. We are people who can actually make a difference in this world, and you're just locking them all up like we're all criminals.
And the government still wants to stop him.
And
But
he's like, no, fuck you.
yeah, so we're actually really pumped up to see more on this later on
I'm just a
from
little
Sucker
bit
Punch.
I'm a little bit Shinji Ikari because it doesn't come out till 2014. Okay, this next one's all you.
Metal Gear Solid 5. I didn't know much about it going into it, seeing as I missed all of E3 because of work. But as soon as I got home, I started getting all this stuff from Coder. He started showing me stuff. I started showing him stuff. We began brainstorming. As soon as I saw what Kojima did with Metal Gear Solid 5, I said, this is great. Open world. It's got better stealth action. It's a great tie-in game. It just makes me wonder what's going to happen in the middle of all this. From a fan of the Metal Gear series, I can't wait to see more of this one further down the year. Kojima, you crazy motherfucker.
Um, I'm not sure. What is it? Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain? Are those two completely different games?
The Ground Zero incident was supposed to be. I guess Metal Gear Solid 5 was supposed to be Ground Zero because it was supposed to be the Ground Zero incident. But I don't know if that's going to be a separate game, if this will tie into it. I don't know right now.
Okay. And by the way, Cliff and I are just gonna try to call this right now. Metal Gear Solid 5 is just Snake in a coma.
And just he wakes up and he's like, this never happened. Because if you figure it, the Phantom Pain, never there. It was never there.
It's never there. He's just going through his like consciousness, just slowly. Everything's hitting him what he's done.
Just in a more adaptive form. But, hopefully we'll see more of this again later on. Next down the line, we got Watch Dogs. This one we've been seeing since the Sony release back in, what was it, May?
February.
Oh, wow.
I've
I-
really know nothing about this game. I just want to put that out there, but
I know
I
dates.
saw. What?
I know dates. It's May. No, it's February.
The fuck out of my house.
Okay,
Bitch, I'll cut you. I really know nothing of this, but what I saw at E3, it actually looks like a very, very interesting concept.
Yes, we'll speak more on this later, but the tablet support that we saw at E3, it raised my eyebrow because it makes me think.
Let's not blow our load already.
Yeah, we're not going to blow it already, but it makes me realize that there's a lot more to tablets now than just being a small handheld computer that can, of course, go with you better than a laptop. We'll see what that does later on because it said that there's going to be more for the PS4 and the Xbox One for tablet support. We'll get on that later. Next down the line, we got Killzone 4. Me having a Killzone tattoo and just overall enjoying the entire storyline, there isn't much to say already. Then I'm excited for this.
It looks very good.
It looks polished. It looks great. That multifaceted weapon that changes its shape to just either deliver a powerful one shot or just keep suppression. It looks good.
That fucking mobile shield. Oh my god.
That looks great. That looked wonderful. And I really want to see more technology. I love what Guerrilla Software does with technology. They are given something and they just use it. They utilize it and they use it.
One thing I do want to see in this is, at least at some point of the game, I want to play as the Halgast.
That is that is something that would want to be, but then you have to think. I heard Killzone Liberation allowed you to play as Helgon, but
I just want like one mission, just like a fucking what's the game that did that? Even kind of like Modern Warfare 2 and the No Russian,
oh well, it made you
an
play as.
ISA undercover as a Helgen.
Oh, okay, okay, that would
I
be a
think it's ISA.
yeah, the ISA. Yes, they basically took place as they headed into the Helgen Empire area. That is possible. I do like that idea. I do like
I
playing.
would thoroughly enjoy that.
I would thoroughly enjoy that as well. Next up.
Using Helga's technology firsthand.
Oh yeah, the Tesla coils, just reaping the benefits. Next up on the list we have the indie spotlight. Um, as being a fan of indie games and just overall loving them, and I really like all 8 games that were showcased at E3 for the Sony. Uh, it's great. I mean,
I'm just gonna throw this out here, Octodad.
Octodad. You got.
Griff doesn't like Octodad, but I
I
think
don't.
it's funny.
I'm neutral. I'm neutral to Octodad. It looks like great fun. It's just I can't see playing it
It's
for more than an
retarded.
hour before I start foaming at the mouth.
That's
Um,
the point.
I guess that is the point. I would probably buy the game just to have it in my library at one time, just to say, oh, I could play this and hook it up. Don't Starve. I already have that on Steam, and I enjoy it as much. Would I buy it for the PS4?
We're getting it free.
Oh, we're getting okay. Never mind. I'm definitely gonna play it.
PS Plus. PS Plus gets Don't Starve free for the PS4.
Oh, oh, you hear that? You hear that? We got indies. You ain't got nothing. Sorry, my bias side came out. All right, next up on the list, Titanfall. One of the only, well, one of the few uh, Xbox exclusives that made me say, I want this game.
Titanfall is an Xbox exclusive.
It is not.
No, it is also on PC.
Oh, well, console-wise, brethren, console-wise.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
Cliff likes this game.
it looks good. It looks great. It looks polished, like a mech warrior. I mean, you jumped out of your seat when you first saw this game. Am I correct?
No.
You
I
said
was
that
like, this.
Titanfall looks great, and I said, okay, explain what it is. And you were like, it's like mech warrior. And then later on down that day, you said, it's something I wouldn't really shell out money for.
It. It's basically just generic shooter. Now there's mechs.
Okay.
It seriously. It looks like what Black Ops 2 looked like whenever we first saw it. There's a bunch of machines here that you can use, except for this looks like a more intuitive Black Ops 2, I guess. It's made by the people who made the Modern Warfare series. They ain't getting none of my money.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Modern
Moving on.
Warfare 3 is the worst piece of shit I've ever played. Modern Warfare 2 had the worst goddamn multiplayer ever.
Easy. Easy. This is the
No,
good. This is
no,
the good.
fuck you. No, fuck you. COD 4 was awesome. MW2's story was cool. I couldn't touch Modern Warfare 3.
Oh, God.
I got it and sold it a week fucking later. That was... No, they can blow me.
Okay. 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 Enough. Next up on the list, one of me and Coder's another personal favorite that we want to see. Tom Clancy's The Division.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Yeah, Coder was frothing at the mouth. He wanted to show this to me as soon as I walked through the door. I said, hold on, I'm throwing down my bag. He says, no, click it right now. Clicked it, looked at it. I didn't even remove my bag until a half hour later.
It just... Oh my god, this is one of the few games that at an E3 that completely blew me away.
I mean, it's tactics, it's survivalism, it's PvP that you can just drop in and out. It looks good. It looks, again, polished. And it's from Ubisoft, so you're guaranteed just all around good for co-op.
Oh, it just looks so yummy. Oh. Put some whipped cream on that shit. Yeah.
31 flavors.
I'll make you a believer.
All right.
Moving on.
We got Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge.
Not much was seen, but I'm a fan, so just seeing it made me go, yes. DICE was working on it, yes.
I'm just a little bit weird because, EA likes to step in and fuck with things.
but it's all dice. I don't think they're gonna. I think the worst thing EA is gonna do with it is add time trial, microtransactions.
And DLC.
Yeah, but that I think would be the very worst.
How
Because
would how would they?
I just
I'm
honestly
also
don't.
kind of iffy on the open world thing. Like I understand they could do it. It could go one of two ways. It could go be amazing, or completely run directly into the wall. I'm sure it'll be amazing, but there is that small chance that it'll just completely start falling over and just screaming,
Mm,
epileptic seizure style.
we shall see down the line.
Hmm.
Killer is Dead. This one went under Coder's radar, but I'm glad I picked it up.
It
Um,
looks really fucking cool. I'm
as
not
a
even a fan of hack and slash games. The only one I've actually been able to stomach enough to actually finish was Devil May Cry 1 and 3.
two
But
kind of pissed him off.
2 was bullshit.
I
But
remember him texting me at like 2 a.m. like I can't, Cliff, I
this
can't.
is this is bullshit. This all looks the same. All
Yeah.
these moves are just the same link. It's just the same move every time I hit triangle.
Yeah. So, but this is from the guys who did Killer 7 and No More Heroes. So you're already thinking a pretty good art style, good cell shading, shadows all over the place. This is the dark and gritty side of it, however. So what you're going to see is just an en masse of blood, dark thoughts, just everything all over the place.
Next, we have the Wonderful 101, which has a. I almost said horribly, but it's actually very nice. The main character looks like Beautiful Joe. I'm just gonna go out and say that. But the
I would
gameplay it looks unique as hell, and it is one of those games that if you have a Wii U, you need this. If you don't have a Wii U, you might want to consider getting a Wii U
just for this game.
just for this game. Plus, Nintendo fucking loves their own property. Like, oh, here's some Mario that's amazing. Here's some Zelda that's gonna make you jizz in your pants. Don't worry about it. We got you.
Regurgiture.
We got you.
Regurgiture. Next on the line is the Super Mario 3D World. As if there wasn't enough add-ins at the end, but I
Super Mario
digress.
3D World 360 No Scopes XX Noob Killer 520
Relentless Wolf XX.
TM. TM.
But yes,
But it doesn't look like it is, but I'm not even sure how it's going to work in Japan. I got sidetracked. It is a kind of a spiritual successor to Super Mario Brothers 2.
yes, and then it also throws in co-op-a-nop-ness.
Yeah, they actually did what people want. Like whenever New Super Mario Brothers, that's the Wii one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I,
New Super Mario Brothers Wii. They came out with Mario, Luigi, and two Toads, and people were pissed that they didn't add like
Peach.
Peach.
But
Two Toads, really? No, just put in Peach or fucking Wario or Waluigi. I guess
Wario wouldn't
Waluigi
help out.
Wario would be like coins, coins, coins.
Money!
That could have been his entire motive. I want coins. I'll come with you, but
Pay me.
motherfucker, those are mine.
Yeah, alright.
It looks good. I want it.
Okay.
That is going to have Pro Controller support.
Ooh.
Mm.
Next up on the list, from what we've seen of...
Wait.
it-
Super Smash Brothers!
yes. Super Smash Brothers, the next one. We saw the extra couple of characters that were joining into it. Honestly, I'm excited for it, but I don't have a Wii U.
You have a 3DS, though.
Exactly. That is why I'm actually kind of happy again, because it will be both supported.
Yeah. It. I guess they couldn't really live up to the hype of the Snake reveal. They were trying to get something that would make people be like,
And guess what? They hit that achievement with their first character,
Mega Man.
Mega Man. They did.
Oh my god.
As soon
Like
as
at the very end, it just like, we got the Smash trailer, yeah! Black screen. I'm like, I instantly got a boner, I'm not even kidding.
and then blades go flying by Link, and then all of a sudden you see,
It just like pans up the mountain, and it just shows like, I think that was his Battle Network Mega Man, because he had like the weird hair shit.
For a brief, well, no, technically, if you want to get really anal, it's the Mega Man 64.
Okay.
Yeah, if you really want to get
I
anal.
didn't know that, like, it's based on Mega Man 2, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that he could take off his helmet. I thought it just was.
Yeah, I thought it was
But I
too.
guess he could take off his helmet in the later ones, but
It doesn't matter.
I guess. But yeah, Mega Man, very good pick for them. And
Very.
then they went off the fucking deep end and just said,
Villager!
Villager, and everybody's like, huh? And they just gave him some sort of persona as a, uh, as a serial killer.
Yeah. Oh, everyone on Tumblr, like, I literally look up the word villager, Super Smash Brothers, and you just see nothing but the villager covered in blood. It's almost to the point where it's great, but it's kind of scary at the same time because you have to think about it as a child-friendly game, and then you have a guy wielding an axe. Not to say that, you know, he doesn't have, say, Link with his sword, or Marsh, or Roy, or otherwise.
Marsh?
Marsh? Roy?
Marth.
Marth. Oh. See, goes to show that I don't play anything Nintendo as of late. Now I do. Now I do. I love it. I love Nintendo. Nintendo's
I
great.
convinced this faggot to get a 3DS.
And I love it.
Get it. We didn't even mention Misfit.
Yeah, no, I don't want to mention Misfit.
Fuck you, Misfit is awesome. They just threw a goddamn curveball that one, and everybody was like, no! Now everybody's like, yes!
Yeah!
That was a cut, kitty face. But yeah, it's just different. It's like an IP that they have. They definitely have it, but nobody expected it to actually be anything other than it.
I don't know. Personally, I'm neutral up until the point when I buy the game, then I play the character, then I'll see the character.
Oh, shut up. You know you love her.
She's a faceless drone that caused Mario to seize out before getting propelled into space. I don't know.
And I love her.
Okay.
She is my waifu, kitty face.
She's your faceless waifu. She has no eyes. She has no mouth.
She has no eyes for a reason. If she could see me, she wouldn't be my waifu.
Okay. Next up on the list, we got Pokemon X and Y.
Pokemon. Yes. Oh my god, Pokemon X and Y. The new Pokemon that they revealed is just... I don't know, really, but... this just sounds terrible. I'm just a fanboy.
As for an outsider going from the very first generation, playing Red and Yellow, all the way up until now, and just going straight to 5th generation, I actually want to see how this one works, because it looks good. It looks like it plays like the 5th generation, which I enjoyed, but I just don't know. I'm new to it. I don't know. We're excited.
Apparently,
for it.
whenever you start at the game, you have 3 rivals.
Oh god, not that shit again. That's the only thing I did not like about Black and White. I just...
I'm not sure if they're all rivals, or if some of them are just like Bianca to a lesser extent, where they just walk around and be like, "Stop."
You want to fight?
Oh,
We're fighting.
fuck.
We're fighting.
No, not we're fighting. Just
Fighting.
like, hey, what's up? You here? Have a fucking candy bar, and they just walk away.
I kept fighting both Charon and Bianca almost every single town. It annoyed me. I don't know.
I liked it, but and they introduced the fairy type.
That I don't know what to think of it.
I love it.
You love it.
Dragons were terribly overpowered.
So now they got a weak part.
They had pretty much no weaknesses. Ice, I guess, but
Not
ice
much.
is, I guess, whenever they're put up against a dragon, they're a glass cannon. They can fucking wreck the dragons, but if they fuck up one time, they're done. Ice Pokemon have terrible stats.
Oh.
And they have terrible weaknesses, and just everything would fuck them up. But now there's the fairy type over here that does super effective damage against dragons, and takes extra damage from the steel type and I think the poison type. It's I'm interested to see how it's going to work. And they have the Pokemon of Me, which is
That I want to pet my Aggron. I just want to pet it and he'll be like, "Rawr," and I'm like, "Oh, he's so cute." Rawr.
I'm really happy they added that. I just hope to some point they probably won't, considering what we've seen, and they probably showing everything, unless they want to just keep that a secret to the very end. I want them to bring back what they had in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, where the Pokemon follows you.
That would be nice. But then again, do you want a giant fucking Aggron going, "Arr"?
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Okay.
I didn't understand how Lapras could follow me, but I was happy.
Okay. Next up on the list, we got Monolith Game X. Coder showed me this one, and I was just confused the entire way, but I enjoyed it. Um,
It looks like a Monster Hunter clone, kind of.
Monster Hunter with mechs, and I was
It
like,
looks amazing.
I like Monster Hunter, I like mechs. Where can this go wrong?
It looks beautiful. The combat looks awesome. The this the
Well,
music.
we'll see later down the line, and plus, we'll even probably learn a name for it.
Well, definitely.
Yeah. But till then, it's getting a good from us.
Yes.
Next up on the list, the PS4 free-to-play games. There's a whole bunch of free-to-play games already on the PS3.
The ones that I know, well, on the PS3, yeah, but the ones I know for the PS4 is Blacklight Retribution. I heard that the people who made DayZ are getting their game on that. I don't know if that'll be free to play though. I think it might be like, actually, I don't fucking know. Blacklight Retribution for sure.
DC Universe is probably going to move over.
It is. They confirmed that, saying that no, you won't lose your characters on that either.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then there's a whole. Then everything that's free to play right now is probably going to go over.
Unlikely.
All right.
You enjoying that Final Fantasy? Witness.
This one here, personal favorite, best for last, in my opinion. Not Coder's opinion, but mine.
Infamous is at the top. Cliff,
Yeah.
we put this upside down.
Sorry about that, Coder. It wasn't on purpose. But The Witness, something reminiscent of Myst, one of my all-time favorite games of just ever. You've got puzzles, minor story, but it picks up in the midway and makes you really think about yourself. And then you just look at everything. Jonathan Blow did amazing.
He can blow me. That was Coder's joke.
That was Coder's joke.
That was Coder's joke.
You can laugh at it, or
you can laugh at it out of pity, or just feel sorry for me, or just hate me.
a little of column A, B, C, and D. All right.
I'll give you column D.
Well, this is going to be a cut coming up, and then we're going to talk
Point
about the
wink.
bad. Point wink. We're going to talk about the bad. And welcome back to the bad of E3. And that brings us to our next subject of alienating our own military. And
The
saying that...
X1 has the internet check. They don't have internet. Like, most military bases are just like radio.
And even if they do, why would you want it near such precious material?
Yeah, they're worried about the X1 hearing something it should not hear. So, you're playing a game and someone says something in the background, that Xbox just heard that. It's going to Microsoft.
And no one wants that.
No. So, the military does not like the X1. I heard somewhere that they're probably going to be banning it.
Potential. Very potential. Next up on our list, we have X1 not launching in some countries.
Namely, Japan. They
Yeah.
just got rid of all the Japanese developers. And another one that I saw was Poland, I think. The devs for The Witcher. That's one of the things that Xbox had. That was, well, first on PC, I think.
Yes.
But it came to the Xbox, and they just gave them a giant middle finger. So they're not getting that. And Japan's out of the question, and like half the other fucking countries are not getting. None of Africa's getting it, but
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad when it's a worldwide release that isn't going worldwide.
yeah.
That's what stares at me. Brings me to another subject about countries. X1 not supporting indie development companies. $10,000 to update your game just to fix up any loose ends. That seems a bit much. So for indie titles like, I don't know, Don't Starve,
Namely the DayZ. That's what they said. We have this game. We wanted to put it on the Xbox One, but they're going to charge us. This is an indie game.
An indie game.
This is going to have a lot of fucking bugs. If you fucking make them pay $10,000 or $20,000 each time they want to update, a game like DayZ has to update like every fucking week.
Yeah, because of either A, multiple patches, B, adding new things, C, adding vehicles. Because
It's an indie game. It's buggy as all fuck. It's bound to happen.
So,
And Microsoft just like, you can't do that. Also, they said you need an actual publisher if you want to be on our system.
no.
What's the point of a publisher if you're an indie dev, independent?
That shook me completely off the X1 as soon as I heard anything remoting to indie not being on the X1.
Meanwhile, the PS4 is like, come on over, we got fucking milk and cookies.
What's that? You got just a Mac and a PS4? You can build anything. Sky's the limit. Your dreams.
Wanna touch my penis? Okay. You wanna
Alright.
update my penis? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah. But yeah, they support it, and it makes me so happy. Brings us to our next subject here. This one here, this subject that we're gonna talk about, this one here has me really worried for the entire world that will be buying an Xbox One.
This is illegal in some countries. In a lot of Europe, this is completely fucking illegal. The Xbox One Terms of Service states that you are not allowed to sue Microsoft in a class action lawsuit.
Only as an individual. And as an individual, you have no chance against Microsoft because they'll just wave you off. Ugh.
This is incredibly illegal in pretty much every country besides America because hashtag America.
Hashtag America. It blows my mind that they would even think of doing this.
That this is even a thing, that this wasn't shot down immediately.
But I guess they needed the transistor between, oh hey, our Red Ring of Death kind of caused a little bit of controversy and had some people sue us for, property damage.
So now we're just going to take away your right completely. That way, if we fuck up our own product, you can't do jack diddly shit about it.
Sorry.
Sorry, seems like your problem. You enjoying that $100 extra console?
Yeah, we're
totally not unbiased.
We're trying not to. We actually
We're
tried
trying not to be pulled one way or the other. We both fucking hate the X1, but we found good things about it.
We found good things about it. We enjoyed some of the aspects. We enjoyed some of the games that were launched for it. We just couldn't see a point in buying it. We tried finding the negative in PS4. Believe it or not, that was actually hard to do. We could not.
Hard to do because there's not much to hate about it.
The only thing I can honestly say, just
That's going in ugly.
No backwards compatibility.
Oh right, yeah, that's just.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like, Coder, see what's written right there, right? Yeah, the no backwards compatibility and the old controllers don't work. But then again, the new controllers, they seem to be just fine.
Yeah, but this is one thing that the Wii U has over all these new generation things. The Wii U has its own thing. By the way, you can play the Wii on it. Oh, by the way, the Wii controllers work on it. That's awesome.
That is.
I understand why oh, hello, music. I understand why the PS4 can't play the PS3 because of the whole cell processing shit with the PS3.
And it's a Blu-ray player.
It's a Blu-ray player, which is also funny because now the Xbox One has a Blu-ray player, which means they have to pay Sony for every X1 they sell.
That's hilarious. Next
But
one,
hey, at least now their games won't be on 17 discs.
This next one here made me and Coder laugh because we had a couple pictures, but we decided to just let it drop. It is no hands-on playable X1 at E3. Basically, they were only playing X1 emulators at E3. They only had.
I don't even know if that's really if it's an Xbox One emulator. All we really know is that on the showroom floor, they said, "Here, play our games. These are Xbox One games. Hashtag Xbox One TM trademark."
And then.
And then one of them crashed.
And showed a Hewlett Packard background.
It was running on Windows 7. They opened it up. It was running it was a high-end PC running, I believe, a NVIDIA GTX 770,
700, 770. It was a part of the 700s. But yes,
which is incredibly high. I have my graphics card. It's an NVIDIA 660 Ti, which can run everything at max.
so you can only imagine what this thing can do with a higher processing power. Um,
They told you. They blatantly lied directly to your face. You're playing on an Xbox One. By the way, it's actually a Windows computer. It's still Microsoft, I guess.
I guess if you're playing an X1, you're still playing an X1. So that really makes
That
you wonder what was up on the screen during Microsoft's
in the
con.
initial Xbox One reveal, I heard that it was no, I'm sure. It was not the actual console up there. He had a clicker in his fucking pocket.
Hmm,
So every time that
he
they
spoke.
like said go Xbox, go to the fucking
Whatever.
thing, I would love if that actually worked on the X1. Xbox, go to the fucking thing.
Okay, go into your fucking thing. Go into the game.
Yeah, and it just with everybody there, it was just no, it wouldn't work.
It
So
wouldn't
they had
work.
the thing. They said Xbox, go home, and
Click,
they clicked the thing in his pocket and it went to the homepage.
click.
And then
Ah,
apparently in a interview, direct interview, where they actually showed the actual like hardware, they said between switching of the two things, the entire console stuttered and chugged fucking hard. I think they said it got a max of 5 FPS.
which brings us to our next subject, which again brought a little bit of a tear to my eye. It needs underclocking. The Xbox One needs underclocking. And you
Yeah.
need an internet connection to get the full power of the CPU and GPU, which means you want full graphics, you gotta be online for that.
I'm not sure if that's completely true though. Because remember what EA tried to pull with the SimCity deal, saying you need to be online because the game can't run without support from the cloud.
Hmm.
The hackers got into the code and made it so it can run offline, and it worked completely fine. I'm assuming this is just their reason of saying this is us justifying always online
But
or connection to the internet.
yeah, that just seems like a very bad cop out.
EA did the same thing and they got ripped for it.
Um.
And the GPU underclock, we didn't even talk about that.
Oh right, the graphics. Yes. The only reason.
Apparently, it is going to be half of the power of the PS4. I think they said something like the PS4 can run at 1600 teraflops or something,
Yeah.
and X1's running at 900 to 800. And that's because of the system overheating, which I believe was one of the causes of the Red Ring of Death in the 360. Either that or else it was a hard drive problem.
Yeah, and our basically estimate is Red Ring 2.0. So
I don't
wait,
want it to happen, but
it's probably going to. We've got no justification. If it's overheating, it's gonna have a problem. Next up on the list, nothing really announced for the Vita.
time, you faggot.
That brings us to our next subject. The Vita. Nothing was really announced for the Vita.
The only
Um,
thing they really announced for it was that it would work with pretty much all PS4 games, which I guess was kind of cool.
it's kind of
But
cool, but in the same hand, it's making you try and think the Vita is meant for more. Sure, I want one for Persona 4, but that that's it. There's nothing else that really sparkles in my eye for it.
the only thing they really said was basically this is working the same way that the Game Boy Advance would work with the GameCube. You can plug it in and use it with it.
Yeah,
That's
I,
all they really showed, and that was it worked on the GameCube.
it did.
It was fun on the GameCube, but the Game Boy Advance also had an amazing library.
Yeah. And that brings us to the bad games of E3. All we saw really was just one that just didn't make us feel right. It feels like a Roman version of God of War, and it just didn't settle right in my stomach. Rise, Son of Rome. Now, to me, it seemed like just a button masher slash quick time eventer / odd story about how a man claim of power. It just seemed like a rehash to me.
I didn't watch this.
Yeah, Carter said.
I opened up the trailer and lost interest about 30 seconds in.
It's a screaming man with a sword. Sorry, it just didn't click
It's a
in my
screaming
mind.
man with a sword. Welcome to every MMO ever.
Oh. Well.
Kitty face.
Alright. Well, this is gonna be a cut, and I guess we'll see you in Ugly.
Okay, now welcome to the ugly part of E3. Ugly to us, let me just explain a little bit, is it's good, but it has a flaw with it. It looks good, but there's something of it that makes us want to step away.
And we'll start it off with Xbox One's glitches and other problems during E3 for Battlefield 4 and Crimson Dragon. Now, we didn't really throw Crimson Dragon anywhere because we didn't see much of it. We didn't care much for it. And Battlefield 4, we already know we're going to get it, so we didn't really throw it in good either. I mean, it's a game that we're going to buy, but we just don't really want to throw it there.
Yeah. But what we did see of Battlefield, we didn't really expect to talk about Battlefield here, but we did see Battlefield, or what I saw of Battlefield anyway. It kind of looked exactly the same, just with higher scale things.
Yes, bigger warfare. Basically, from what we've heard, it's going to be like naval warfare where a giant aircraft carrier is going to take over and just drag them over. We weren't again, it just seems like it's bigger than regular Battlefield. It just, I don't know. We didn't really throw it anywhere. We didn't have plans to talk about it. We loved it, but back to the Xbox One's glitches. Yeah, it was sputtering, having graphical issues, and even cut during the Crimson Dragon. As well as Black Flag and Destiny for the PS4.
Destiny and Black Flag for the PS4. Black Flag just fucking died.
It shit itself. It was like,
they played it, and they tried to make it subtle, kind of. Because it was playing on the big screen, and then it would just stop for like 10 seconds straight. I'm talking like Skyrim lag, where it would just stop, and you have to be like, I just hope you're lagging. Please don't crash. I haven't saved in like 2 hours. But, it was like that, where it's just like, it didn't move for like 20 seconds, and then it's like, okay, I'm back. Yeah. It did that like 5 times throughout the entire presentation, and then it just died.
They cut it. They were like, never mind, you'll watch the rest of the trailer.
I felt so bad for the person on stage. I don't know if that was a dude or a chick, because I could not tell. But he just like stood there with the controller, just sad. He just looked so upset.
Yes,
and Destiny had just a tiny bit of problem. It just like stuttered every little now and again.
It did well. It did what it was supposed to, but it went every now and again.
Now let me like go back on this. The reason why this isn't ugly and not directly bad, all these are running on like not official hardware. This is dev hardware.
Yes.
Unless that was a high-end computer they were working on up on the Xbox stage.
Not on the PS4. You know that they were the development kits.
But yeah, that's the reason that this is on ugly.
Yeah.
They're not the official hardware.
Yes. And this brings us to another one. Banned Xbox Live accounts lose access to all Xbox One games. We don't know where to place this one because it's either really, really good, which, you know, of course, hey, you don't want this loser who just goes on, you know, Black Ops and starts hacking up a storm to be able to, you know, do this on every game he owns. But on the second hand, you don't want Microsoft mods or other mods.
Microsoft is infamous, infamous for having terrible mods. Like I'd see like a bunch of videos and posts of people saying, "I was just playing like Modern Warfare 2, and I said fuck. I just said fuck, and he banned me for like ever." And I asked him why, and he said, "No, fuck you." And that's terrible. Another thing that I don't think we put on the list for ugly is you can share your games with a bunch of people, family, but that family can be across the fucking United States, and it could just be your friend that you like. I bought the new Call of Duty. You want it? Yeah, let's play. He downloads it, and it's all hunky dory. But this could just be a honeypot from Microsoft, where they could just see that and be like, okay, this fucker's doing shit he shouldn't with our little ability. Both of them are banned. All the games gone.
And now you can no longer play Xbox One games.
All those games that you bought are just gone now because you wanted to share with your friend
Mm-hmm.
and didn't use it what it's actually used for.
Yeah.
So all I see that as is a honeypot, but it can be useful because if you have like, hey, my brother wants to play over there, and okay, you two can share games, have fun.
Then yay.
So that's
All right. Back to a previous subject I talked about. Tablet support for games. We think of it as good, but bad.
I don't. Mobile gaming in general just makes me back away. Like the fucking Deus Ex The Fall announcement. That pissed off so many people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, did you see the poster for that? It looks like fucking The Undertaker from wrestling. I began laughing my ass off and basically saying, "Holy hell, the dead man rises again."
But yeah, they showed it with Battlefield 4 and they showed it with Watch Dogs, maybe some other ones. But with Watch Dogs, they had it so it was like an eye in the sky that could hack anything around you and basically just take out the middleman and just be like, okay, you need this done, go ahead.
do it.
Battlefield 4, it was called, I think, Commander Mode.
Yeah.
It was basically a layout of the map that you chose where the people would, like, rendezvous, attack, or defend.
And the cool thing, I actually like this one. This one actually like sparked my mind because it's like, if you and your friends are playing, and then you're like, oh, I gotta go to work, and you're on your way, say, on a bus, and you're just messing around on your tablet, you can be like, okay, I'm still in the game. I'm still helping them. There's these guys here. I'm gonna help you guys with the mini tac map of this area, and it just looks great. It looks great on
Is it
paper.
gonna have does it need a connection to the console?
No, just internet. As far as I know, just the internet and the EA account. As far as I know. As far as I know.
LOL Origin.
Yeah.
Next, we have Retro's new game that they teased a while ago with the quote, it's a project that everybody wants us to work on, or something along those lines. But what they revealed at E3 was lackluster, to say the least, because they were working. Apparently, everybody wanted them to work on a new Donkey Kong Country. I believe it's called Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
And it looks good. Looks like it's gonna play good.
It looks good. It looks like a great game.
There was a tech
It
demo.
wasn't what the people wanted.
No?
No, not in the least. It's an ugly because they released that. Looks like a good game. I want to play it. I thought they were gonna go fucking insane and give me the next Metroid Prime. Or a Star Fox.
Oh, that would have been nice.
A fucking Star Fox with the Wii U pad? Yes.
Yes.
A fucking Metroid with the Wii U pad? Yes. The fucking pad being used as the scan visor. Ah!
That'd be actually kind of cool.
I wanted it. And then they're just like, here you go. I was like, yeah. Come on, really?
You want to be a monkey?
My guy.
Next part on our ugly scene is Saints Row 4. It looks just like 3.
It looks just like 3. The only thing that they added was... They did add new stuff, but they went the Call of Duty path with it. Smiley face. You're still in Steelport. I got platinum for this game. I explored the fuck out of Steelport. I know the ins and out of it. I don't care what the fuck's new. I want a new environment.
Yeah, like a new city, perhaps, you know.
An entirely new city. This is about the President of the United States. Put me in fucking DC.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. Why are we not in DC?
It's like we're probably gonna buy it later on down the line when it goes on sale, but knowing it's made by Deep Silver, it's probably gonna start off at $50 right off the bat.
Yeah, but still, it's the next one.
Yeah.
It looks good.
But,
all the like new things that they added. Change the city.
Yeah.
Instant fucking buy.
Yeah.
I love the wackiness of Saints Row. I loved Saints Row 3. I'm a fucking hipster apparently because I didn't like Saints Row 2. I could not play it.
Yeah,
But I loved the wackiness of 3. It was just like so over the top, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go beat the fuck out of a goddamn cop with a dildo bat. Hashtag fuck the popo.
yes,
I don't use Twitter, by the way. I just like saying that.
yes.
But this just it,
We got
it could have been so much more.
It could have been if it was a new environment. We were basically discussing this. I said it would be better if it was at blank. It was never. It would be better if it had blank. It would be better if it were at blank.
Everything it has is perfect. Just
Yeah.
the location needs to change.
Yes.
Next, we have the new Zelda Wind Waker. I put this in ugly personally. I told him directly, this is going to be an ugly because it looks good. This is going to sound really hypocritical because I have like 5 HD collections and love them, but this is Nintendo. This isn't, say, new Zelda Wind Waker HD remake. This is Wind Waker HD. They added nothing new. The only thing they added that we got from this is you can now go faster, which should have been in the first game, but the reason why they didn't add that is because the GameCube couldn't do that with the draw distance. You'd sail right off the edge of the ocean. But now the Wii U can render the entire ocean at once. So now you can go faster in the boat. And the other thing that Anumis, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Either way, he said that they tweaked the Triforce collection quest. That was just the worst part of Wind Waker. That entire game was just awesome. That's where it lost steam. Every game has that one part in the game where it just loses steam and you're like, I gotta put this down.
Yeah.
So they edited that and they added a new boost feature. And I think like their original art style, that in the GameCube, they brought it back. When like 2 months ago, they said, we're gonna change the art style a bit. Then a bunch of people pissed a bitch because like, no, it's not the same. So they changed it back.
Yeah.
At least from what I saw, and I'm like, it's.
I don't know.
Damn it, no, change is good.
I'm neutral. I only played Wind Waker for a short while, so I don't know.
Call of Doggy.
Call of Duty Dog.
Call of Doggy.
There's been a lot of parodies for this, and one of which I will mention is the Plague of Gripes animated short about the Call of Duty dog.
Bark.
I don't know.
I just read a comment on that video that he said the actual like barking of the dog in the video was his own dog.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, how the fuck do you get your dog to make that noise?
But
I'm kind of scared.
There's nothing to say about this game. We don't want it. We really don't.
It's on the edge. It's an ugly because it looks fun. It does. But there's nothing innovative about it. Their big thing is like, look, the fish move out of the way whenever you go near them. That was also in Super Mario World. And that came out like before I was born. Jesus. Also bark.
Also, these are the games that we wish we saw at E3 2013. It's a shame that we either A, didn't see it at all, or B, didn't see enough of it. We'll start right off with a Zelda U. We never really got a next generation, brand new, out-the-box Zelda, but maybe...
They released a tech demo whenever the Wii U wasn't even out yet. That looked amazing. I think that they probably have one. They have one ready, but they just decided
next year.
It'd be best to just wait and show them a better product than show them this buggy-ass mess that we have right now.
So,
I'm sure it's a development. I'm positive, actually.
What do you think, PAX East, or is it going to wait until next E3?
I honestly don't know. But I wanted to see it. I wanted to at least see the new art style. I want a better version of Twilight Princess. That is my favorite game, mainly because of the art style. It brought a serious tone to the Zelda universe that I loved.
Okay. This next one, we're looking at you, Ubisoft. You kind of left this hanging there. me and Coda are both fans of Ghost Recon Future Soldier, as you can tell by our little playthrough that we're doing. And we both like Rainbow Six Vegas.
I mainly like the terrorist hunt.
Yeah, we mainly like Terrorist Hunt.
Give me more of that key face.
Yeah, we could do co-op story, maybe, but none of it was revealed. Rainbow
If
Six
you want
Pe-
co-op story, put it in the comments.
Yeah, oh yeah, put that shit in the comments. Um, Ghost Recon Future Soldier 2, maybe? Because we love that Future Soldier shit. We love it.
And it ended on a fucking cliffhanger. Not really a cliffhanger, it just
Stop.
stopped.
Yeah.
It just stopped.
We were following the story and then it just stopped. And it was like, oh.
Cliff was like, okay, we're gonna do one more mission, then I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep. This is gonna be awesome. Credits. Huh?
Okay, looks like I'm going to bed. Throw down controller. Good game, Code. Good game.
We died 50 times. Good game.
Good game. I'm glad we got all those guns.
Yeah.
And then Rainbow Six Patriots, nowhere to be seen. Is it going to be released this year? I remember reading it that it was going to be released next month. Don't hold me on that.
September-ish.
September-ish. August, September-ish. Yes. Okay.
We
yes.
didn't see anything of it.
Nothing. Not a single thing. And speaking of not seeing enough of something, we didn't see enough of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15. Number one, I was happy to see it. I was happy to see both of them. But to see that minor bit of gameplay of Sora flying on the Heartless and the new characters doing whatever the fuck they were doing.
He's got a dick full of helium. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I don't know. It made me want both of them, but I want to know what it's like.
As someone who's never played Kingdom Hearts before, that trailer really made me interested.
It did, but again, not enough.
Not enough. I could have went for more and just been like blown away completely. What they showed, I was like, that's is awesome. You should play the actual song.
When you walk away,
You don't hear me say,
please.
Oh, baby.
There was a bigger crack on my ass.
Don't go. Ladies and gentlemen, Sandwich.
Yes. All right. This one's all you, Code, seeing as you're bigger than I.
Fallout 4. I'm half and half on this because I wish we would have saw it because oh my fucking god, I love Fallout. And what we got with Fallout 3, I loved it. It's my favorite game. Not because of the gameplay, not because of the story. The setting. Oh my god, I love whenever everything's just completely fucked up and you could just like go outside and see everything's just destroyed. New Vegas. I loved it. Not because of the setting, but because of everything else. If this Fallout 4 can somehow become a fusion of those two, and if they want to wait to release this on PS4 or Xbox One, I guess I'm okay with that, because if it looks amazing, has the feel of those two games mixed together, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, Coder wanted this really bad. He was like,
But they didn't show
anything from
it.
Bethesda, I'm gonna get pissy.
Whenever they on the Sony conference, they said we've struck an exclusive deal with Bethesda Softworks, and I just started screaming at Cliff. And he's like, "I thought you weren't excited about Elder Scrolls Online." I'm like, "Motherfucker, this means we get exclusive Fallout 4 shit. We get it early now."
Out of nowhere.
I just started freaking the fuck out. I was
I'm like, but wait, what if we just get the Elder Scrolls Online? He's like, no, shut up. We're gonna get Fallout. And he began like seizing in the background.
I just want Fallout so bad.
Next one, I'm personally
Wait. One last thing on Fallout.
Okay.
Don't fuck up the Brotherhood again. They are not white knights. Fuck you, Bethesda. They are save you from yourself badasses. They don't fucking care what the hell you do. As long as you don't have the technology to destroy yourself, they could give a fuck.
I don't know. I just hear, fuck it up. Moving on, I'm not excited for this one, but Coder is. I might get into it later on, but we'll see. Demon's Souls 2.
It looks... Oh, I can't say it looks good, but Demon's Souls 1, really fun.
Really fun.
Got it on PlayStation Plus. I can't beat it. I pick it up a lot and just be like, play for a little bit and get a little bit further every time, and I love it. It's
But
fun
then you
as
start
hell. Dark
crying.
Souls has a huge following. Dark Souls 2 doesn't have the director from Demon Souls or Dark Souls 1. So there's a rumor going around that the director for Demon Souls and Dark Souls is working on Dark Souls 2 to be a PS4 exclusive. I just said Dark Souls, I meant Demon Souls 2.
Mm.
It,
Which looks
I
good.
want.
Can't be mad.
Can't be mad, I do want.
All right.
Next we have Dark Cloud 3. I haven't played any of them in the past, but I want to. It,
Uh,
it sounds good.
I
Cliff
really hope.
has. We'll let him take over.
I've played Dark Cloud 2, and the innovation that it took for, say, crafting and then creating certain items, it was good. It made for a great game. It was a good RPG, full elements, a bit of a weak story here and there, but you had to keep playing the, as quick as you can type thing. But it
What I
played.
always say
Oh,
is if a game has great gameplay and it's all fun and games and you just can play for hours on end, it doesn't fucking matter how the story is. The
eh,
story makes a great game amazing, but it doesn't need it. You could say,
mm,
"This is you. Go kill." Isn't that's pretty much how serious Sam is?
well, not the last one. Serious Sam 3 kind of gives you actual mission. You have to save this guy.
Well, the original one was just like kill
Yeah.
stuff. Go ahead,
Here's an RPG that shoots 6 at a time.
have fun. That
Bye.
was all it was about. Have fun,
Yes.
and it was an amazing game.
It was great. This next one here we have a clip of, but no gameplay. That annoyed us. Dying Light.
It looks. It's basically a mixture of Mirror's Edge and another Deep Silver game, Dead Island.
Dead Island, and a little bit of Infamous if you like the style of clothing.
I guess, but really the electric wrench thing was
Yeah.
just. It's the modding from Dead Island.
Yes.
It looks really good. It just looks so fast paced, but Deep Silver is infamous. I keep using the word infamous. It is infamous for showing games with no fucking gameplay. Everybody was so goddamn hyped about Dead Island. They got it, and they're just like, this isn't what I paid for. I love Dead Island. I love Dead Island Riptide. Fuck the people who don't agree with me.
Neutral to Dead Island 1, positive to Riptide. That's how I am.
I love both of them.
Eh.
I
One,
don't care what the hell I don't care what the fuck the trailers were. It was fun.
I guess. And then the last part of our wish was not that many exclusives
On any ends.
on any,
Every single one had a good bit of them,
but
and then some more that everybody was like, okay.
all right.
Like actual exclusives that people wanted. Like, I just named two things. Well, we just named, rather. Two things that Sony could have done, got two more pumped out that people would have bought day one. Demon Souls 2 and Dark Cloud 3. They announced those. That's two more exclusives that they have that people would actually buy.
Yeah, the only exclusive I'm like leaning toward is of course Killzone, but
Infamous K-Face.
yeah, so you got you Infamous, me Killzone, but it's like we want a little bit more out of our exclusives. I
I
don't know.
want more.
All of the developers
They're
are working.
there.
Yeah, they're there. It's just we expected a little bit more, but then again, everyone's working on something. We can't exactly be picky. We can't say, okay, you're working on this. Shouldn't you also be working on this? Again,
But a lot of the studios are huge. They can work on two things at once.
exactly my point, but as well as that one, they're working on.
Plus, fucking Sony even said as they released this, they didn't want this to be what the PS4 is all about. Actiony explosion shooter games. They wanted to bring back what the PS2 was in spirit.
Creativity.
I maybe a fucking reboot of Crash or something. Bring back one of your old IPs that people would be like, we can go, okay, baby, come here. What you wearing? Oh, that's a nice plastic case. And this is the honorable mentions. This is what we saw, but weren't completely blown away by.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 is right on the top. We kind of duped it. But aside from that, we got Bayonetta 2. As a fan of the gameplay and style of Bayonetta 1, I couldn't say the same for the story because it lost me. I guess it just didn't hold on to it. Gameplay looks good, pure as it was before. Wii U exclusive. I just don't know what to do with it. And Coder doesn't really mind it,
I
so
don't mind it. Like I said before, the only game of that type I could ever stomach was Devil May Cry.
yeah. So we're like, it looks good, but we don't know if we want it or not. Sorry, Nintendo, we love you.
Next, we got Pikmin 3.
Another one of those. Hey, Nintendo, we love you.
Pikmin 3, I never really played Pikmin 1 or 2. I tried playing it for like 5 minutes, but I was like 8 at the time, and I was like, if this doesn't have flashing colors immediately, I'm fucking gone.
And you were gone.
I was gone. But seeing the gameplay and playing this probably doesn't make me any sort of expert or any point to actually speak on the subject. But I played what's it called? Nintendo Land on the Wii U, the version of Pikmin. It's really fun. And I saw the gameplay of it. It's really fun.
But you don't know that much on it.
I don't know that much about it. I kind of want it. I do.
But
And I
it's just
probably
not
somehow down the
traveling.
line I will get it. It's just nothing much to say about it. It's like, it's there. It looks good. But we can't talk about it for long.
Next on the list, Mario Kart 8.
Finally, the thing Mario Kart. Holy fuck! Ow, chest breach. Mario Kart 8. Finally, the thing Mario needed: 1080p, 60 FPS, and a little bit of innovation. Dude, you can fucking drive on the ceiling.
It made me a little dizzy, but I would play it. I would
It
definitely
looks
play it.
beautiful.
Yes.
It looks beautiful.
Uh, I'm neutral. It looks the same to me, but again, it's just a mention. I might get a Wii U later on, further way down the line, and say, okay, I'll get this as well. Next on the list is Dragon's Crown.
It's basically a 2D side-scrolling beat 'em up with RPG elements and RPG classes. Also a sorceress with chicks with tits the size of her head. So that happened. It looks okay. I can't see paying $60 for it or anything like that, but if it was in like, I don't know, $20,
Yeah.
I'd pick it up. I'd be like, okay, let's try it.
2D platformers are kind of going the way of...
It's not really a platformer.
Well, 2D anything really is starting to go the way of... It's just...
You have to do it right.
You have to appreciate 2D art styles, games, and otherwise. Now that ever since we got into the 3D era, ever since Xbox One, PS2, it's changed.
It's funny because you said Xbox One.
Throw down controller.
Next we have Knack. This is what forget his name, but Cliff and I have got a
nickname. We call him what?
Made it. We gave him a nickname called Willy Wonka. Because at the PS4 reveal, he just walked out on stage and said, "Here's a bunch of games," and then he just came out and said, "By the way, I'm making a game. It's called Knack. I hope you like it. Making games is really my thing. You could say I have a knack for it."
I think me and you both just lost our shit on that exact phrase. Like, we could not stop laughing for like 3 whole minutes.
He didn't actually say that. I said that.
You did, and we just lost it.
Because it just fits so well. Because it's just like, I have a knack for this. Here's my new game, Knack. And I was just like, yes, this works. Coder made a joke.
But here's the thing, though. It looks like a child's game. It's not negative. It's not put in a negative sense. It's put in a puzzle platformy...
It looks good to me.
It looks good, but I don't know.
It really doesn't have any real negatives to me. I want it. I kind of want it. I don't know. I'm half and half.
I'll let Coder play it before I start making my judgment.
Yes.
Next on the list is an Xbox One exclusive that caught my eye for a brief moment before I said, wait a minute, I have this on my computer. Why do I need this here and in a different style? Plants vs. Zombies.
Plants vs. Zombies.
It's the new one, the Garden Warfare. It
We want the Call of Duty audience.
yeah. I got no words for it. Next,
New
new.
Super Luigi U. It's an entire game that they're releasing as DLC for the new Super Mario Brothers U, I think is it's called,
I've never heard
for
of it.
$15. That's an amazing deal. It's completely based around Luigi, and from what I heard, that every single trial you have 60 seconds to complete it, adding that little like, oh fuck, I need to go. Plus, this game on launch, Happy Face has the Wii U Pro controller support. What the original game should have had, which, by the way, the new Super Mario Bros. U is getting a patch that allows the
Pro
Pro
controller.
controller to be used with it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want that game. I believe the actual DLC for it that you can get for the game, if you have the actual New Super Mario Bros. U game, you can download this on the eShop, and they're doing a retail release in August for the US.
Well, there you go. And
There you go.
the very last thing, which has me on a bind, considering I didn't play much of this game myself.
Because he's a fucking faggot and I keep telling him to get a goddamn emulator and play it. Link to the Past.
Or
Where this one is Linked Between Worlds. It's a I don't want to say direct sequel to Link to the Past because it could take oh my god, I can't speak. Take place after Oracle of Ages and Seasons because I think that comes in the same timeline as that. And right after Link to the Past is Link's Awakening.
yeah, Coder
So
knows everything about these timelines. I'm
but yeah, it could like take place anytime between that. But the gameplay looks really good. Everything about it looks really nice. I want it. Didn't see enough of it to be blown away, so I can't talk much about it. The only thing I'm like really against is that damn stamina bar. Do not want.
And it said that the stamina bar also attaches to your arrow usage, which confuses the crap out of me.
Fuck that. If it just takes away stamina and you have unlimited arrows, you can fucking blow me. No, they need to make like a hard mode for this shit, or like normal fucking mode. No stamina, you could just like spam the one weapon if you want to. Make it fucking hard. Stop the goddamn hand holding.
Yeah. I'm neutral again. We'll
I
see at
want it to be
launch.
good. I want it to be good.
Well, thank you for joining us for our post E3.
I want it to be good.
He wants it to be good. Thanks again for joining us. Subscribe if you want to see a lot of gameplay from me and Coderbug. Check out what we've already done in the past. Do like if you enjoyed this. Pass it on to your friends if you want to, so they can get an earful. Think if they want to throw up a comment in the comment section. Maybe you might want to throw a comment in the comment section.
We listen.
We are we actually do listen, and we'll go into great discussion with you if you wish. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Mommy!